guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video I wanted to talk about the beauty procedures or stuff that I would never ever have. Stuff that I'm gonna say, it's either treatments or procedures or just plain items. Okay, so let's just talk about it. All right, so first of all is anything that has to do with injections and just clinical procedures like Botox injections, fat dissolving injections, facial lift. I think they kind of use like a thread or something. I don't really remember, but yeah, something like that. Facial lift, Botox injections and stuff like that. I would never ever have any of that. I have considered it last time. Like I mean, I'm just like you guys. I'm like very insecure. I think I still think I'm like really not good looking, and I could definitely use some procedures, you know, like maybe to, well, I don't know, maybe to like prevent wrinkles and all that stuff. So I can inject some Botox over here, or I don't know, wherever, you know. I definitely have that thought before, but after doing lots of research, I decided no, I will never ever do any of that. So I think lots of people talk about, you know, getting fillers, Botox and whatever, but they never really talk about like what they need to do to maintain it. Like they talk about going to the clinic and getting it, but they don't talk about what they do after getting injections. Like what do they do have to do to maintain it. And most of these beauty treatments, beauty procedures, they actually come with a huge responsibility. So it's going to really disrupt your life in a way. Like for example, for Botox, you need to re-inject that for maybe, I don't know, every year, every 6 months. I don't really know, but you just need to inject it every now and then. And same goes with fillers. You also need to inject it every now and then. And also the fact that, you know, like for example, lip fillers, they don't actually got dissolve. They still there in your body, so it's like it just goes somewhere else, and so they're not like on your in your lips anymore to make your lips fuller. They actually go somewhere else. I don't know, when I heard about that, I was like, wow, that's like really creepy. Like when you're injecting like fillers on your lips, it's actually going to go somewhere else, and then you inject that again, and then after, I don't know, a year for example, they go somewhere else again. Like it's just never going to go away. Like once it's injected inside, it's not going anywhere. Like that's, to me, that's actually pretty creepy, and that explains the reason why usually people who do fillers, you know, they do fillers and then they re-inject every now and then, they actually like they ended up having like weird looking lips after so many injections. So yeah, totally not recommended. Like I think facial lifts is really, you know, one of those things that they use thread and they pull your face. I think that's really crazy. That's so crazy and so stupid and so scary in my opinion, because imagine that, like you are basically hanging on a thread. Well, your face is hanging on a thread, so it's like hanging on a thread like this. So the thread is the one holding it, right? So instead of actually using your own muscle and your body power to like keeping your face useful, you're basically relying on a thread. And can you imagine, once the thread is gone, like your body is not trained to keep it, you know, lifted. And so what happens is that once the thread is gone, you're basically lose all the power, and you're gonna end up with saggy skin. And also injection, like fat dissolving injection, I think that's also something really popular as well, because obviously lots of people want to lose weight, they want to lose fat, but they don't really want to do the hard work. And so what they do is they inject like some kind of substance. Usually they inject it here, because this is really what most people are like annoyed with, you know. I mean, I also have like what do you call it, double chin. Yeah, I also have that, but I really don't think I should do a fat dissolving injection, because you know why? Let me tell you why. Fat dissolving injections, they do work, you know, they actually dissolve the fat. However, because the fat loss is very, very rapid. It's like usually what I see is that when the fat loss is too rapid, your body doesn't really adapt to it very well, and so it will have a very saggy excess skin. So what happens is, let's just say your skin has expanded this way because you already have all this fat down here. So you dissolve it and then the fat is suddenly gone, then what you have is an excess skin. So I mean, to me, like double chin and excess skin, like, you know, like one of those let's say you have a grandma, like they have like really saggy, I don't know, like they kind of look like this. Like to me, I think the double chin actually looks more natural and better compared to, let's say I'm this age, I'm young, and then I mean I'm not really young, but you know what I mean, like let's say I'm like this young, and then suddenly I have like this saggy skin on my neck. Like it just looks so weird. And it same goes to everywhere, not just on your chin but also on your tummy. It's gonna have saggy skin on your tummy as well. It doesn't look good at all. You know what, even people who do workout, like they experience a very drastic weight loss, they also have excess skin, but the difference with them is that theirs is much more natural, and not to mention they're healthier as well. But for people who inject fat dissolving injections, like they just lose fat and that's all. They're not getting healthier, they don't even look any better. So honestly, I feel like you guys should not try it as well. Alright, so the next one that I will never ever get is permanent eyelash. I would never ever get permanent eyelash, no matter how many people have done it. Like lots of people definitely has, I don't know, it's like, I don't know why, but I feel like nowadays permanent eyelash extension is way more popular than it used to be. Like I think last time, back when plastic surgery or other beauty procedures are still kind of like, people are like, oh, I'm kind of be wary of that kind of stuff, you know. But nowadays people are like, let's go. You know, there's a cheap permanent eyelash salon near me and all that stuff. I don't know, here's what I'm gonna say about permanent eyelash. If you're getting a really good job, a very expensive one, that you know, the stylist is actually really good at looking at your face, your entire personality and character, and then your eye shape and whatever, then I think go for it. I think they can make it very extremely natural but slightly better, you know. That's really good. But unfortunately, I think stylists like that is very hard to find. And even if you want to find them, like how many bad stylists you have to go through, right? And so what most people get is they get a permanent eyelash glued onto their eyelid, right? And then they ended up looking, I don't know, it's like so weird. To me, it's really weird. I don't know why lots of people do it. I think girls should stop it. I think it doesn't look good at all. It looks really weird. It looks like you've got something on your eye. It's like, you know what, like when you have like this whitish thing, you got, hey, you got something on your eye, like let me help to remove it for you. It feels like that. I was like, I don't know, it's just, it does not look good to me most of the time. I think, you know what, I think I've never seen anyone who do permanent eyelash and looks really good. I think I've never seen that before. So I feel like most of the time people do it, they feel like it's good, but when other people see it, like it's not looking any good. It looks really weird, and it's actually aging them. Like I don't know why, but in my opinion, when people wear like really huge eyelash, like, you know, like a like a spider on top of your eye, like it looks like I don't know, they just look older. I don't know, compared to when they're not wearing any extension fake eyelashes. Like I think if it's like a temporary glue one, like for your makeup, like I think whatever, it's fine because you can always take it off. But for the permanent one, if I'm not mistaken, you have to go to the salon again to get it removed. Like you can't just remove it by yourself. And I don't know, for me, I would never ever do it because I think I like the way my eyelash looks right now. I don't know, for me, I would never ever do a permanent eyelash glued onto my eyelid because I think it's gonna make me look so bad, so weird. Okay, so let's get to the third one. The third one is whitening injections or any whitening products at all. And to be honest with you, I don't even take like any whitening products. You can check my skincare stuff. There's no whitening stuff in it. I mean, there's vitamin C, but that's for like my dark spot. So it's not, I don't know if it's whitening at all. Anyway, I never use whitening products. Even when I was like younger, when I was like less conscious about skincare, I don't really use like sunblocks as well. And I'm always outside. Like when I was in university, I was outside walking around, taking public transportation. And yeah, I just never got really darker. I don't really know why. But I would imagine if I were like darker, I would never ever take like whitening products, whitening injections. I mean, whitening injections, doesn't that not sound really crazy to you? I mean, you inject something and then suddenly your skin will turn white. I mean, there's gotta be something wrong with that product. It's gonna mess up your body for real. And so yeah, I really don't recommend that to everyone. And also whitening products like whitening cream, whitening serum, and whatever that thing is, I think, I don't know, to me, we're all kind of born with, I don't know, for me, okay, let me just say, I'm a religious person. So if you're not religious, I guess you're gonna disagree with me. But I feel like what God has created for us is actually already good. So it's like, let's just say you were born with darker skin tone. Why do you want to be white? Like, it's gonna look really weird if you're trying to be someone who you're not, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I was like, even if I was born with genetics where I have darker skin, I don't think I would ever take any products like that. I think the skincare that I would like to focus on is just trying to make my skin healthy, moisturized, you know, prevent aging, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Maybe acne and dark spot, like that's maybe like the most I would do. But to whiten my skin tone, like from head to toe, whiten it, I don't think I would ever do that. Just my opinion, okay? And yeah, I really don't recommend it to you guys as well. I think it's gonna look weird. Like if you're born with darker skin and then you, I don't know, do some kind of procedures to make it white, like it just looks so weird, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, just be yourself. Try not to be someone who you're not, you know. I know that we live in a beauty standard, especially in Asia. Yeah, we do live in this beauty standards where, oh, white is pretty, white is good, like, but I don't know, I feel like if more and more people do not comply to that kind of disgusting beauty standard, then I think we're gonna go somewhere, you know. I think we're gonna go to a time where people will never ever say that kind of stuff again. Okay, that's well, that's again just my opinion and my opinion only. Okay, now let's go to the fourth one. So the fourth one is any kind of face tattoo. I don't know. I know it sounds so weird. I know you're like, I don't want to be like Mike Tyson. Like, of course, I don't want face tattoo. But what I'm trying to say is that the kind of face tattoo that most girls actually would take, like lip tattoo, eyeliner tattoo, eyebrow tattoo. What else? I think there's like blush tattoo as well. I feel like I've seen that before. I don't really know, but any kind of that kind of tattoo, like of course, like obviously don't get a Mike Tyson kind of face tattoo, but also don't get like lip tattoo, eyeliner tattoo, eyebrow tattoo, and all that kind of stuff. I know like most of the time people get face tattoos like that for like practical reasons, because oh, then I don't have to wear lipstick anymore or eyeliner or eyebrow anymore, like it's always red, like my lips is always red and all that stuff. I understand that. However, like the reason why I wanted to discourage you guys and myself to get any kind of face tattoo is because of the fact that our appearance can change rapidly over the years, okay? So let's just assume that all those face tattoo is permanent, which means it's forever. Then I don't think you're gonna like the way you look when you're, I don't know, 50 years old. Like, let's say you're right now you're 20 something. Do you think that your eyeliner tattoo is gonna still look good for you at your 50s or 60s? Well, if you're wondering the answer, let me tell you the answer. I don't think so. It's not gonna look good. For reference, I actually look extremely different than when I was 17 years old. So 17 years old is when I get my national identification is when I get my identification card, national ID card. And I am 30 years old now. And like, I think quite recently, like few years ago, when I actually lost my national identity card and I want to get replaced, the officer was like, "Is that really you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know, I look really different, but I promise you guys, I'm telling the truth. I swear I did not do any I don't know, procedures, beauty procedures, surgery, whatever. No, maybe the only one I get is braces, and that's all. But yeah, I really don't get anything. And like, really, my face is extremely different. I'm gonna put like the picture of my national ID over here. It's very, very different. I think this is what also most people need to know, is that your bone structure will also shift a little bit when you get older. Do you know the saying that every year you actually become a new person, which is actually kind of true, because your body regenerates. It has like it has like dead skin cells. Your bone regenerates as well, so it's just you're completely new person every year. That's what they say. I'm not really sure if that's scientifically accurate, but yeah, I think that saying has a bit of truth in it, because truly I'll just look really different. And you can also see lots of people who are like, you know, at a certain age, like, who look at how they used to look like and what they look like now. They're very different, and it's natural for everyone. Everyone will change their appearance. Like, real physical appearance will change every year or so. And so I really think that if you are putting something permanent on your face, it's gonna look very weird. Like, let's say you are in your 20s and you have like a cat eye, you know, and then you're like, "Oh, I think the tattoo eyeliner would look good on my cat eye." So, but let's just say when you're 60, your eyes start to be like this. Will that still look good? I don't know, right? We all don't know. And so I really think that it's much better that we, you know, do our makeup every day instead of getting some kind of tattoo on our face. Again, just my opinion. Hey, now the last one. So the last one is something that lots of people do, and I was tempted to do it as well, which is liposuction. I know lots of people, I mean, we live in a time where it's just much more challenging to lose weight, for real. Like, I'm not trying to blame the situation, but it's true. It's just much more harder to lose weight. Like, you go to supermarket and lots of stuff are sugar loaded, fat, sugar loaded, bad cholesterol loaded. Like, it's just very, very unhealthy. And everywhere you eat, like, the food additives is just way too much. And we also have much more food that are like, ooh, you know, it looks really good, like we have to eat it, but it's just not very healthy at all. Like, I get it, I totally get it, and I am in that process of losing weight as well. And yeah, I have definitely thought about getting liposuction, because, you know, it's just the easy way. It's very instant, it's very easy. However, I would never ever wanted to do it, and I don't recommend it to you guys as well, because liposuction, I think lots of people don't really talk about the risk and side effects. I mean, the side effect can be quite varying. Like, lots of people talk about, especially clinics, like, if you're trying to get these kind of procedures, don't follow or take a look at the clinic social media, because of course they're gonna say all the good stuff about their own service. So they're not gonna say the risk and what could be the complications. And when I research around the liposuction, actually there's lots of people who are silenced, who get the risk and they got silenced because obviously if they speak out, they're not gonna get any refund and all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, it's very horrible. Like they might have like, I don't know, life-threatening kind of complications, like they stop breathing, they're very hard to breathe and all that stuff. And then they could have like lifelong kind of pain, like for example when they sit down they feel pain all the time. They can't even walk as much as they used to be because of the like I know liposuction seems really safe because I think lots of clinics and doctors always say that, like, oh, it's safe, don't worry about it. But like I think and with any kind of procedures that involves actual doctors, you really need to think twice, thrice, I don't know what you really need to think many times and question as much as possible. Like you have to think about, like, what if something goes wrong? Is the doctor will actually take any responsibility? And if they do will take any responsibility, what will be the guarantee, you know? Like I think most doctors, they just say it's safe so they can get your money, but you know, they're not gonna do shit when something bad happens to you. And yeah, I mean, there's definitely some people who died because of liposuction. So the complications can range from, like, you know, sickness to an actual death. And for some people, maybe the lightest complication that they get is a very this more strange looking body part. Like for example, you do liposuction on your belly and what you thought is that you're gonna have a slim waist, and then after the liposuction they ended up getting like a very botched looking tummy. That is probably the lightest risk or lightest complication that I've ever read or watched. And of course, there's also success case where they don't feel any complications at all. But then again, do you want to bet on that just for getting a good waist, a good, I don't know. I mean, to me, it's just not worth to bet on. I mean, again, you can either be dead or you can either be unable to walk or have a very botched looking body. You don't know what you will get. And so yeah, I feel like it's just not worth it. I think if and I understand, we, especially girls, we really want to be pretty, we wanted to have a slim waist and slim body. I get it, I totally get it, but I don't know, I think we also do not want to have life-threatening situation. We don't want to be dead. We don't want to go to the ER because we are unable to breathe. I don't know. I think I would take being fat over going to the ER and not being able to breathe, or having a botched tummy, or not being able to walk and sit down or something like that. I mean, at least when we're just fat, we can still have the chance to be better and to lose weight naturally. When we experience complications and risk from liposuction, trust me when I say I think your chance of actually getting slimmer naturally is, like, I don't know, maybe gone, like almost gone. Imagine those people who can't really walk properly because of the liposuction complications. How do you think they're gonna be able to lose weight? I think it's very extremely difficult compared to us, we're just fat, you know. Anyway guys, that's actually all of the beauty procedures or items that I would never ever get, and I don't recommend to any of you as well. So I think the bottom line is that before, I know that I think most of the stuff that I mentioned are really popular and it's really promoted by lots of influencers and clinics and doctors out there, but you really have to do your most research. Look at both sides of the situation. Like, don't just take a look at the clinic or doctor's social media, but also take a look at the patients. And by patients, I don't mean the influencer patients who are actually getting paid to go there. Like real patients. Talk to lots of real patients. Read a lot of patient stories and people who actually get those treatments, or you see people who are getting that treatment, what do you think of their results? And I think we also have to be really thankful of how we look, like our just natural look, instead of trying to be someone we're not. I mean, all those procedures that I talk about is actually kind of like the kind of procedures that will change you to become someone who you want to be, but you're not. And so yeah, I think at this time, where lots of people tell you that, oh, become like this girl, she's prettier, you know, I think we all have to be like, no, I'm just be myself. I don't really care if I'm like pretty or not. Just be yourself, you know. Yeah, I mean, I know my nose is like really short and wide, but it still works as a way for me to breathe. So that's, to me, that's the way I'm thinking about. So I mean, yeah, it's maybe not as good as, I don't know, like Lisa Blackpink's nose, but I don't know whose nose is the best. Tell me. So yeah, I hope this video is really helpful for you, and if you are considering those kind of treatments or products, then yeah, I hope this actually gives some kind of research insight for you. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.